Lionel Richie grew up in Tuskegee, Alabama, and attended Tuskegee Institute. Though he once considered studying divinity to become a priest in the Episcopal Church, he decided on music, and the world has a much better soundtrack because he did. He was a founding member of the Commodores in 1968, which produced hits like Brick House, 3 Times a Lady, and that was only the start for him. His solo career has now spanned 4 decades with too many chart-topping songs to name them all, including Hello, Dancing on the Ceiling, Say You, Say Me, just to name a few. He is currently a judge on American Idol, the latest chapter in an absolutely remarkable career that has made him the titan in the music industry. While we wish Lionel could have joined us here in person today, we are honored to have him join with his thoughts via satellite. Please, Lionel Richie.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Lionel Richie. Thank you so much, Harry, for those kind words. I deeply regret not being able to be there in person with you this evening as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the dedication of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in Washington, D.C. And we also celebrate the amazing work of the Memorial Foundation to ensure the memorial was built and that Dr. King's legacy is furthered by the foundation's effort in building and maintaining the memorial. The memorial has become a destination in our nation's capital, with Dr. King taking his rightful place on the National Mall next to Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, with a monument in his honor. Now, one of the reasons that so many people come to experience the MLK Memorial is because of the 14 quotes by Dr. King inscribed on it. The oldest of these quotes was included by remarks from Dr. King in 1955, when I was, surprisingly to say, only 6 years old. Whenever I'm in Washington, D.C., I visit the memorial and am amazed at the diversity of the visitors and the smile on their faces as they read in reverence the quotes and what they stand for. Democracy, justice, hope, and love. We are determined here in Montgomery to work and fight until justice runs down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. It's remarkable to realize that Dr. King spoke these words nearly 70 years ago, and every word still rings as true today as it did then, except it's not only Montgomery that is home to the determined. Today, leaders are working and fighting for equality and social justice, not just across the United States, but indeed around the world. From big cities to small towns, they are encouraged by the belief that a better world is truly and realistically possible, but only if we live, love, and work together. That is why I'm so honored and privileged to be one of the Memorial Foundation's co-chairs for this 10th anniversary celebration with Shelley Archambault and Tommy Hilfiger. Each of us has witnessed change within our own professions, whether it's fashion, technology, or entertainment. And we commit to do all that we can to push for more. Tonight is an opportunity to celebrate what we've accomplished so far and the incredible work that the Memorial Foundation has done to educate, stimulate, and support the next generation of leaders. It's also an opportunity to look ahead, to understand how much work is left and how much more we can all accomplish when we're moving in the same direction together. Though I'm not in the room with you this evening, I am with you in a spirit of commitment. Here's to a successful first decade and to many more successful decades to come for the Memorial Foundation and its critically important work. And now it is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage my spectacular colleagues, great supporters of the Foundation's work, Shelley Archambault and Tommy Hilfiger. Take it away.
Well, thank you all. Thank you all very much. When I was asked to be co-chair, I was so completely honored because when the memorial was built and dedicated 10 years ago, I was so proud. I was just so proud because Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., to me, he represented hope. He represented dignity. He represented truth, courage, peace, and most of all, justice and opportunity. And now we had a memorial that could represent that for all of us, to show that his life's work, which is always focused on equality, non-discrimination, and opportunity for all, would live on. And what today represents for all of us is a celebration of 10 years of that continued work. And I want to thank all of you for your support so far. And spoiler alert, I'm thanking you in advance for the dollars you're going to give going forward. Because we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. The Memorial Foundation puts out tremendous programs for youth, for professionals, as they try to drive knowledge and understanding around government, around governance, around leadership. And all of those things are things that we need today. So, enjoy the evening, and please, make sure you open up your wallets when you get asked, because we need a lot more help. But thank you very much, and I really appreciate all of your support.
Very nice. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be here tonight with Shelley and Lionel. I'd like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to the Memorial Foundation on this momentous occasion. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the Executive Board for their visionary leadership. Harry Johnson, Sr., President and CEO of the Memorial Foundation. Harry, it's an honor to know you. You are amazing. I think everyone should give Harry a big hand. Guy Vickers, Chairman of the Board and President of our PVH Foundation, and my friend for 57 years now, Guy? A long time. We grew up together, and we've been friends ever since. Maybe it's more than 57 years. I'd like to thank all of the company sponsors for their support, the work that the foundation is doing through their social justice and educational programs is crucial and empowering. 10 years ago, I had the honor of paying tribute to Martin Luther King Jr.'s inspiring legacy by contributing to the building of this historic memorial. Since then, the memorial has been an eternal symbol of Dr. King's message of freedom, quality, equality, and justice. He taught us that every voice can make a difference. And I've been continually inspired by Dr. King and the principles he exemplified, bringing people together and valuing each and everyone's individuality. I feel blessed and fortunate to have been given this opportunity, and it deepens my appreciation for remarkable organizations like the Memorial Foundation, which are fully dedicated to building a better future for everyone. Thank you very much, and open the wallets. We need more. Thank you.
Give it up for this amazing group of co-chairs, Lionel Richie and Shelley Archambault, Mr. Tommy Hilfiger. I know, Tommy makes a good point right there. I know a lot of y'all been spending, your stimulus money at Louis and Gucci. Have they written a check to the foundation? We need to find out. Don't say, oh. Whatever you spent on them this past year, you got to write that check tonight to the foundation. Y'all got quiet on me for a second. Well, I just want you to know that tonight is not just a night where we are celebrating this amazing memorial. We also are going to educate you a little bit. As many of you know, Dr. King was a proud member of my fraternity, the Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And we have a saying, we talk about, keeping it on the shield. And I'm actually going to release some things about Dr. King that you may not have known that we have kept on the shield for many years, you see. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. In fact, I got a question. How was the wine tonight? How was it? Because Dr. King loved wine, you see. But he would only drink Thunderbirds. Did they serve Thunderbirds tonight? Because that's how we truly honor Dr. King. Okay, we'll keep it on the shield. We'll keep it on the shield. Don't get me started, please. As we celebrate this week's important milestone for the memorial, we know there is much more progress that we need to make to realize Dr. King's dream. And today's generation of Americans demonstrated our reverence for Dr. King through building this amazing memorial in his honor. And it's certainly a memorial that stands as a stone of hope in the heart of our nation's capital. And I'll tell you, for me, I did a documentary about the memorial and Dr. King. And every time I actually look at the memorial, I actually look at his face, the power that comes through and the commitment that comes through in this beautiful, beautiful memorial, it just touches my heart. Every time I see a picture, every time I just look at his face, and it inspires me to do more. And at the same time, our country has continued to stumble while marching for the cause of justice forward. Dr. King's memorial has witnessed the peaceful demonstrations of those who continue to experience the indignities of inequality in America, and all of us who stand with them. And I would like to mention and recognize a freedom fighter herself, because Dr. King certainly was a freedom fighter. And I want to recognize, and I'm not sure where she is, but she's my dear friend, the Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, Miss Kristen Clark. Where are you, Kristen? You're somewhere. Hopefully they didn't put you in the back. Did they put you in the back? I can't. It's hard for me to see. But you've been fighting the good fight your entire career, and we are so proud of you. And thank you for that work. As we move forward, one of Dr. King's sustaining forces was his faith. And as he led our world along the long arc of the moral universe, that's why we are so grateful for the presence this evening of a man who I have so much respect for, Reverend Dr. Granger Browning, Senior Pastor of Ebenezer African Methodist Episcopal Church of Fort Washington, Maryland. Please welcome him to offer tonight's invocation.
Let's bow our heads in a word of prayer. Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for this food and the legacy of Dr. King. Amen.
Oh, wow. That's why I love the Reverend. You know what the Reverend just did? He reminded me of the greatest commencement speech ever given. Do you know who gave that? The greatest commencement speech ever given, and I told you you're going to learn some things here, was Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill gave the greatest commencement speech, much like the Reverend. He came up and they said, Winston Churchill was going to give the commencement speech at Cambridge University. He came up and he just said, never give up. That's all he said, and then he walked off. So thank you, Reverend. Because the one thing you never count on is giving a podium to politicians, preachers. But he came through tonight. Man. So now please enjoy your dinner, drink some Thunderbird, and get ready to give after you eat. Thank you. God bless.
in the moment you were revealed. You were a dream that I should not have been, a fantasy real. You gave me this reason, baby, this rhythm inside, yeah. You make me feel good, feel nice, and feel love. Gave me paradise. So surely I realize, you're the highest of the high. You're the highest of the high, baby. If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. Don't ever wonder. Surely I realize, you're the highest of the high. You're the highest of the high, baby. If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. So tell me how long, baby. How long it's gonna take to make you speak to me, baby? 'Cause I can't live my life without you here by my side. So surely I realize, you're baby, the highest of the high, baby. You're the highest of the high, baby. If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder, ever wonder. Surely I realize, you're the highest of the high. You're the highest of the high, baby. If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. Smoke, play. If you don't know, then I'll say it. Don't ever wonder. Surely I realize you're the highest of the high. If you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. Surely I realize you're the highest of the high. If you don't know, then I'll say it. Don't you do. The time has come for us to stop messing around. Just don't you know that I like having you around in my life? Yo, baby. So many times I want to hold you oh so near. I wanna say I love you softly in your ear. Oh, baby, be my love and yours. Ooh, my heart is yearning for your love. Yeah, yeah, my heart is yearning for your love. You get me running, you're out of my life. You need to have you as my lover and my wife. Oh, baby, yeah. Don't keep running. Alright. So many times I want to hold you by my side, to be my friend, my lover and my guide. Oh, baby, don't keep running. Oh, my heart is yearning for your love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My heart is yearning for your love. Yeah, my heart is yearning for your. Let me inside your love. Your my heart is yearning. and you got to stay or you're really cute. 'Cause if you don't know woman, you can easily do. Oh, had a true love and I lost her. Now I'm suffering from all the pain. Now she's caused me. Yeah, a woman's gotta have it. I believe. You wanna know that she did it around. When you kiss her, you gotta make her feel it. Every single time, y'all. She wanna know that she ain't walking on shaky ground, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. You gotta give her what she wants when she wants it. When she wants it. You gotta give her what she wants when she wants it. Don't take for granted the smile on your face. Look a little bit closer, you might find a tear trace. She might never say a mumble any word, but you gotta make sure that her voice is heard. Oh, I had a true love and I lost her. Now I'm suffering from all the pain. Now she's got me. Yeah, a woman's gotta have it. Ooh, yeah. She wanna know that she needed around. When you kiss her, you gotta make her feel it. Every single time, y'all. She wanna know that she ain't walking on shaky ground. Yeah. Give her what she wants when she wants it. Yeah, when she wants it. You gotta give her what she wants when she wants it. If you don't go trying that she wants it. Yeah, you gotta give her what she wants when she wants it. When she wants it. Yeah. You gotta give her what she wants when she wants it. Oh, yeah, woman's gotta have it. Alright, yeah. She wanna know that she needed around. When you kiss her, you gotta make her feel it. Every single time, y'all. You wanna know that she ain't walking on shaky ground. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody told me that there's trouble at home, 'cause we never talk a lot when we spend time alone. Yeah, how are we supposed to know that something is wrong? 'Cause we got a right to communicate. It keeps a happy home, and no one does it like me. But you, babe, has the kind of whip appear on me. Keep on whipping on me. Work it on me, babe. Whip all your sweet, sweet loving on me. Keep on whipping on me. Oh, work it on me, yeah, yeah. Whip all your sweet, sweet loving on me. When we go to work, how the day seems so long. All things we think about, can't wait till we get home. 'Cause we got a way of walking, and it's better than words. It's the strangest kind of relationship. Oh, it always works, and no one does it like me. And no one but you, babe, has the kind of whip appear on me. Yeah. Whatever you want, woo, whatever you want, baby, it's alright with me. Said it's alright with me. You got that whip appear, you, baby, it on me. Yeah, yeah. It's better than love, sweet as can be. No, sweet as can be, baby. You got that whip appear, yeah, yeah, yeah. Work it on me. Whatever you want, it's alright with me. It's alright with me. You got that whip appeal. You got that whip appeal. Work it on. Come on and work it on me, baby. It's better than love. Sweet as can be. Sweet as can be. You got that whip appeal. All you got is that whip appeal. Work it on. Come on and work it, baby. Keep on whipping on me. Yeah, yeah, work it on. Whip all your sweet, sweet loving on me. Keep on whipping on me. Keep whipping on me, baby. Yeah, yeah. Work it on. Whip all your sweet, sweet, sweet. Keep whipping on me. You got that whip appeal. Work it on me, yeah. Keep on whipping on me, yeah. Work it on me. Whip all your sweet, sweet loving on me. Keep on whipping on me. Working on me, babe. Whip all your sweet, sweet loving on me. Stay. I think you are the one for me. Yeah, it's when you wanna be. I just wanna satisfy you, but you're not mine and I can't deny it. Don't you hear me talking, babe? Love me now or I'll go crazy. Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I bet you are my lover, but you make someone to cover. Love your child my whole life long. Be it right, be it wrong. I'm only what you made me, babe. Walk away, don't be so shady. Don't want your mind, don't want your money. Words I say, they make some money, but oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Oh, sweet thing. Don't you know you're my everything? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. You are my heat, are my fire. Make me wait, strong desire. Love a child my whole life long. Be right, be wrong. I just want to satisfy, but you're not mine and I can't deny. Don't you hear me talking, babe? Love me now or I'll go. You're my heat, you are my fire. You're not mine, can't deny. Don't you hear me talking, babe? Love me now or I'll go crazy. You're my heat, you are my fire. You're not mine, I can't deny. Don't you hear me talking, baby? Love me now or I'll go crazy. You're my heat, you are my fire. You're not mine, can't deny. Don't you hear me talking, baby? Love me now or I'll go crazy. You're my heat, you are my fire. You're not mine, can't deny. Don't you hear me talking, baby? Love me now or I'll go. Each day through my window, I watch her as she passes by. There goes my baby. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy. Yeah, to have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, she belongs to you. Yeah, but it was just my imagination. Once again, kept running away with me. It was just my imagination, running away with me. Soon we'll be married and raise a family. Oh yeah, with a cozy little house out in the country, with 2 children, maybe 3. I tell you, I can visualize it all. This could be a dream for 2, will it all seem? Well, it was just my imagination. Once again, yeah, running away with me. Ooh, it was just my imagination, running away with me. Every night on my knees I pray, dear Lord, hear my plea. Don't ever let another take your love from me, or I'll surely die. Her love is heavenly. Put your arms control me. I hear a tender rhapsody, but in reality, she doesn't even know me. Just my imagination. Once again, yeah, running away with me. Ooh, it was just my imagination, running away with me. I can't believe it, I just can't believe it. Just my imagination. Ooh, yeah, yeah, running away with me. Ooh, it was just my imagination, running away with me. my imagination running away with me. Ooh, just my imagination. Ooh, yeah, running away with me. Ooh, it was just my imagination running away with me. One time said I, so in love with you, but if you want to do, it's alright with me, 'cause you make me feel so brand new. My whole life with you. Never say a cent since we've been together, loving you forever is what I need. Oh, let me be the one you come run to. I'll never be untrue. Yeah, oh, baby, love shall I stay together, loving you whether the times are good or bad. I feel sad, yeah. Why don't people break up? You turn around and make up. I just can't see. Oh, you never do that to me. Where's your lady? Around you is all I see. You're what I'm trying to do. We ought to stay together, loving you whether the times are good or bad. I feel sad. Why don't people break up, turn around and make up? You just can't see. Oh, you never do that to me. Being around you is all I see. Here's what I'm trying to do, love. Stay together, loving you whether the times are good or bad. Happy or sad, whether times are good or bad. Happy or sad, whether times are good or bad. Happy or sad, let's stay together.
Ladies and gentlemen, the program is about to begin. Please take your seats. The program is about to begin.
Please welcome back to the stage, Hill Harper.
Hey, everybody. How was your dinner, everyone? Fantastic. I had the rockfish. I thought the rockfish was wonderful. Just yes, please take your seat. So that's a great picture there. Fantastic. That looks great. Please continue. So listen, I want to bring out right now someone who is a true hero for all of us, someone who is a living legend. And what if I told you that my name Hill comes from my grandfather on my mother's side, a man by the name of Doc Hill, who had a pharmacy in a small town called Seneca, South Carolina, that served the black community during Jim Crow segregation when we couldn't go to Rexall or Walgreens. And I many times during the summer, I would spend in Seneca, able to see him trade prescription medicine for potatoes or chickens that folks who couldn't afford their medicine. He would answer the phone, Piedmont Pharmacy. It was called Piedmont Pharmacy. Piedmont Pharmacy. And people loved Doc Hill. And Doc Hill had two daughters, my mother, Marilyn, Dr. Marilyn Hill Harper, and another daughter named Ursel, who was 4 years younger than my mother. She's my aunt. Both of those daughters went to a place called Mather Academy in South Carolina, a boarding school. And at this boarding school, my aunt Ursel met a young, dynamic, fine-looking brother named James Clyburn. Now, you know my family is a good-looking family as well. So James saw Ursel across the class, and he said, let me just walk on over here. Now, this is boarding school, mind you. But let me just say this. James Clyburn has been a friend of our family for years and years. And he has been someone who has been a friend of our community and our country for so many years, fighting a fight every day for us. He is truly a great American and one of the greatest I know. And I'm proud to call him a family friend. I've never asked my aunt what actually happened between the two. No, I didn't ask her. Maybe he'll talk about it now. I don't know. But please welcome the legend, Representative James Clyburn. Sir.
Thank you very much, Hill. I'm glad you never asked a question. But Hill is right. I knew his grandfather real well. his mother, Marilyn, and Ursel, with whom I came close to eloping. But I've known this family for a long, long time, and I appreciate his friendship. I want to thank my colleagues who are here. The chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, where is she? Madam Chair, Joyce Beatty. I know that the chair of the Education and Labor Committee, Bobby Scott, is here. The chair of Financial Services, Maxine, where's Auntie Maxine? Reclaiming my time. I think I heard that Sheila Jackson Lee was here. I have not. Yeah, Sheila Jackson Lee. And also from Houston, Texas, Al Green. I understand that my homeboy was, well, just to the south of me, with whom I spent some time last evening, the history-making Senator Warnock of Georgia. And I understand that all the way from Michigan, Brenda Lawrence is here. She chairs the Women's Caucus, and the newest member of the Congressional Black Caucus from Louisiana, Troy Carter. I apologize if I've missed anybody, but I've just had both my eyes done, and so if you see water running, it's not because I'm crying, though there's enough going on the Hill to cry about. But thank you so much. I'm not going to be as short as the invocation was this evening, but I will not be much longer. Martin Luther King Jr. was to all of us in my generation the most admired person on earth. I first met him the weekend of October 15, 1960. I met King and John Lewis the same weekend. And I started reading. Many of you recall, if you saw the movie Selma, you saw that there was some friction between the younger, those of us who were founding members of SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. I understand there are some others here. And, of course, SCLC. And we had met up in Raleigh, North Carolina. I saw some Raleigh people here at Shaw University in the spring of that year. And this was our second meeting on the campus of Morehouse College down in Atlanta, because we were trying to reconcile those differences of opinion that we all have in our endeavors, be it in the family or in the community. The differences are always there. They should be there. It is how we learn from each other and how we grow. And it is our ability to reconcile those differences that determines how successful we will be in whatever our endeavors might be. That night, we requested a meeting with Dr. King. He came to the campus early in the evening and agreed to meet with us at 10 o'clock that evening after the programs were over. He agreed to give us an hour. We entered the dormitory room around 10 p.m., and when we left, it was around 4 a.m. the next morning. I had what I like to call my Saul to Paul transition that evening. I have never been the same. And so I started studying and reading everything I could about Dr. King, all the way from Stride Toward Freedom to his last book, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community. But the one writing of Dr. King that I think is as timeless as anything I've ever read outside of the Bible. And it was his letter from the Birmingham City Jail. Now, all of us may remember what was going on in Birmingham. Dr. King was there to support efforts of the local community to get rid of what can easily be called apartheid. And he was asked to leave. He received a letter from 8 white clergymen who said to him that they thought that his cause was right, but his timing was wrong. And King sat down to answer them. You remember the story. They did not give him any paper to write on, so he took the newspapers and he started answering them in the margin of the newspapers. And in all of that letter, he dealt with the whole issue of time. And here is what King wrote. King wrote that time is neutral. Time can never be right. It can never be wrong. We can either use it constructively or destructively. And then he said that he was coming to the conclusion that the people of ill will in our society were making a much better use of time than the people of goodwill. If we have not learned anything this year, I think we learned back on January 6th. We learned back on January 6th how effectively the people of ill will are using their time. And our response must be a better use of our time. Because King concluded his thought on time, that we are going to be made to repent in this generation, not just for the vitriolic words and hateful deeds of bad people, but for the appalling silence of good people. And so tonight, as we celebrate this great achievement, really laid by the foundation, it's hard for me to say this, of Alpha Phi Alpha. I just want to tell all of you, Brother Johnson, I want y'all to know, you might not know it, but you will end up in Omega chapter. I just want you to know. And so as we celebrate this great achievement by this great fraternity and so many people across this great nation, I want you to keep in mind my rendition of what it's all about today. This country does not have to be made great again. This country is great. Our challenge is to make this country's greatness accessible and affordable for all of its people. And so I want to thank Alpha Phi Alpha. I want to thank the sponsors of this evening. I want to thank all of the contributors to this great monument and those who are going to continue this great fight. Those who will not cease from making good use of whatever time they've got. Those who will keep the dream of King alive, not just poetically, but keep it alive in a very substantive way. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Stand on your feet, please. Stand on your feet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. We love you. We love you, Brother Clyburn. Although, I guess he didn't get the message from the Reverend about length. It's okay. It's okay. It was nice. It was good. It was nice. It could have been a little shorter, but it was good. It was good. You know, I'm going to bring up somebody who is a force of nature, who is someone who all of us need to know about, and you need to remember her name when I say it, because you are going to hear so much more from her moving forward. She is a genius. And when we talk about our community needs to see more of folks that do something that we're not used to seeing, she fits that. She is one of very few professionally trained opera singers of African origin. She has previously performed at the White House at the presidential inauguration at the Democratic National Convention. Many have said that she has one of the most beautiful voices in the world. And I, for one, cannot wait to hear her live. Please welcome the amazing, the incomparable Abby Koya to the stage.
Nobody knows all my sorrow.
the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows all of my sorrows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for our lands of free, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her from the light with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America. God bless America. My home
I'm good. I'm nimble. Now, I have to follow that. Abby, I met Abby years ago when we first started building the memorial. Sorry that performance, and have been asking her to do things for us ever since. Give it one more round of applause for Abby. And now, I'd like to turn our attention to our sponsors, who are the reason we are able to be here tonight for this wonderful celebration. Without their support, there is no Memorial Foundation. Without our sponsors, there would not have been no Martin Luther King Memorial. Let us now roll the video from one of our great presenting sponsors, Centene.
Hello, I'm Michael Neidorff, Chairman and CEO of the Centene Corporation. While I am unable to join you in person this evening, I am honored to share a few thoughts on this momentous occasion. 10 years ago, the memorial started as a vision to inspire all of us to embody the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by incorporating democracy, justice, and hope and love, and commit to them as part of our everyday lives. Today, that vision and mission is deeper and broader, providing programs committed to social justice and guided by the principles advocated by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In line with that noble mission, Centene Corporation believes that successful corporate citizenship is defined by investments in institutions and organizations that address the diverse needs of our communities. Centene has taken intentional action to work with our partners in the community to champion inclusive policies that promote equality across all segments of our corporation and society. We are proud to support the programs and efforts of the Memorial Foundation to ensure Dr. King's memorial stands tall along with the other heroes of our nation. We commend all those individuals whose commitment makes certain that the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial will continue to serve as a beacon across the globe, bringing together people to learn and exchange ideas in meaningful ways. Your dedication to keeping this important legacy alive will serve our nation for years to come, ensuring that Dr. King's work, philosophy, his words, and his vision will endure. Now I would like to introduce to you Centene's Senior Vice President of Medical Affairs, Dr. Vincent Nelson.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Vincent Nelson. I'm the Senior Vice President of Medical Affairs and the Deputy Chief Medical Officer of Centene Corporation. For those of you who may not be aware, Centene is the largest provider of government-sponsored health insurance. And so on behalf of Centene, our over 70,000 employees, and those that have, and my colleagues to the right of me, we are so grateful and honored to be here for this very, very special occasion. When the CEO asked me to step in for him because he could not be here, I knew it was a big deal. This is a really big deal. So for more than 35 years, Centene has been on the front lines to provide health care to those most in need. Not only health care, but we close those social determinants of health gaps that we're all hearing about and sort of rediscovering, whether it's housing, food, clothing, transportation. We are deeply committed to all aspects of not just health, but enabling us all to live the best life that we can while we're here. Centene has a long history of supporting many programs, and the memorial is one of them, one of the largest, and we are so proud to be able to continue that support throughout the many years that, really the decade that it's been in existence. And so it's just fitting that the memorial is here in DC, that is dedicated to justice and learning of those that are needed that justice the most, and liberty among the other greats of our nation. And so tonight, let us renew our commitments to the memorial and its leadership about teachings to further the generations of freedom and liberty and the living spirit that is within us all in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. Thank you, and please continue to enjoy the rest of the event.
Dr. Nelson, on behalf of the Memorial Foundation, we have a very wonderful token of our appreciation. You should know, Centene is from, our headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri. Who else is from St. Louis, Missouri? So, when I called Michael, I said, I really need your help this year. He says, how much you need? I said, I would like to ask for $1 million, but I'd take $500,000. He said, give Harry $500,000. Give it up for Centene. And we present this to you as Centene. Thank you so very much. We good? Thank you. That piece of bronze is actually sitting on a piece of the actual stone that the memorial is quarried from. Thank you, Dr. Nelson. Our next speaker has been instrumental in helping Wells Fargo take several new actions around diversity and inclusion. She serves as the vice president for the NAACP Foundation. She is just a terrific person. Would you please welcome my dear friend to the stage, Georgette Dixon, Vice President of External Affairs at Wells Fargo. Georgette, please. Woo.
Thank you, everyone, and good evening. And you know, they're telling me that, Gigi, when things happen, you need to tell folks. And I was a vice president about 20 years ago at Wells Fargo. I'm an executive vice president. And I am head of external engagement, and I am extremely proud to be here tonight. I've also been told backstage I need to buy a little time for my buddy Hill Harper. So while I'm buying time, I'm going to just say this. Hill and I go way back. Hill is my brother from South Carolina. His roots are from South Carolina. My mother was from Greenville, South Carolina. And listening to our Congressman, Jim Clyburn, brought back memories of my mother. I lost her a year ago in April. But my mom had me out with Lenny Springs on the back of a truck in Greenville, South Carolina, with a bullhorn, getting people out to vote and supporting Jim Clyburn. And so it has been an absolute honor to represent Wells Fargo, to get to know members of our Congress in my employment, and to see my life come full circle. And I do believe my mother was smiling down from heaven when our congressman from the great state of South Carolina spoke tonight. So thank you so much for your leadership. And Nancy Peterson Peak is smiling on you. And so good evening, everyone. My name is Gigi Dixon. And
You need to give me more time, Gigi.
oh, there you go. Hey, bro. Mwah. Okay, well, Hill and I go way back. He probably won't tell you about that, so I'm glad you got time. You're here. You're good. Anyway, so I'm honored to represent Wells Fargo this evening and joining Centene as a presenting sponsor of this tremendous event. I'd like to thank our distinguished co-chairs and congratulate the Memorial Foundation on the 10th anniversary of the dedication of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my dear, dear friend and the stellar leadership and commitment of Harry Johnson Sr. So look around. Tonight is a huge success. And this is a powerful presence in this place. It is evidence of the importance of amplifying the living Dr. King's legacy through our awareness and actions toward democracy, justice, hope, and love. We're grateful for our MLK Memorial on the National Mall as it stands tall, a beautiful and majestic symbol of hope and inspiration for people around the world. Wells Fargo is a proud partner of the Memorial Foundation and its programs. We are especially proud to support the Social Justice Fellows Program, which prepares future leaders to continue the work of moving us forward in the fight for social justice and equality. Congratulations to the inaugural class of emerging leaders. Let's give them a round of applause. Leaders, we look forward to the greatness you will bring in every sector of our society, in business, in politics, and in our communities. At Wells Fargo, our job is to help people succeed financially. We strive to support our customers with programs, products, and information that will help them move forward in their journey to reach financial goals. It's also important that we support our communities in ways that will create greater economic opportunity for those who really need it. Because of the Memorial Foundation, we have an incredible structure to honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And so again, congratulations and thank you for allowing Wells Fargo to be a part of such important work and such a great legacy. Have a good evening. Yeah. Do you have gifts for me? Oh, goodness.
It's very heavy.
Well, you know what, Frat? Deltas like gifts.
We will ship this to you.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you. Thank you, dear.
Hill, I'm going to get my stuff so you don't have to deal with that while you're up here doing your job here.
Gigi is another one of those that I was able to pick up the phone and say, wouldn't you like to be a presenting sponsor? She says, how much is that going to cost? Al Green, I said, just $500,000. Thank you, Wells Fargo. I would be remiss if I did not invite to the stage for a photo all of our members of Congress who are with us tonight. Would you please join me on stage? All the members of Congress, please join us on stage. Senator Warnock, please join us on stage. He left? Okay, well, we'll see him tomorrow. I think steps over here. I could not go back to Houston without Sheila Jackson Lee and Al Green. And for the alphas in the house, Sheila Jackson is an Alpha Phi Alpha lady. Right. We thank her so much. We want everybody over here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
From Houston.
Yeah, only one, huh? Okay, we're good.
All right, thank you.
All I can say is thank you all so very much for coming out. And Gary did something very special. I'm from St. Louis. I know you're from the True Igo Project.
Yeah.
You know that.
All together.
Yes.
Love you dearly.
Thank you, baby. We're going to continue thanking some sponsors. However, before I do that, we have another very, very special guest in the room with us tonight. We have the Honorable, the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, His Majesty His Eminency Philip Davis. Are you in the room? Would you please come up? I think he has a special presentation that he would like to make. Please welcome the head of state of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this afternoon. I recognize and pay my respect to all of my political colleagues, the congresspersons who are here tonight, the civil rights leaders who are also here. I thank the co-chairs of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Foundation, international recording star Lionel Richie, Shelley Arcambo, and fashion mogul Tommy Hilfiger for their kind invitation to participate in the celebration of this continuing epic journey in support of democracy, justice, and love. Even though the mortal body and voice of Dr. Martin Luther King were violently silenced by an assassin's bullet in 1968, the paradox of his life looms large generations later, well into the 21st century. We are here to celebrate Dr. King's legacy of democracy, justice, hope, and love. I often say when I deliver tributes at memorials and funerals that death is not a full stop. It is rather a comma in the sentence of our lives. And the intergenerational and global impact of the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King for positive change some 53 years after his death attests to this fact. He continues to live on through his messages of equality, democracy, social justice, hope, and love, which are as relevant today as they were during the turbulent 50s and 60s. His life's work and teachings propelled social and political revolutions, not only here in America, but throughout the Caribbean, Central America, and Africa. In the Bahamas, our glorious march to majority rule on the 10th of January 1967 and the attainment of national sovereignty through independence from Great Britain on the 10th of July 1973 were made possible, and I dare say propelled in part by the successes of the civil rights movement in the United States. A movement and revelation that Dr. King will forever be the leader and symbol of. Many countries around the world owe Dr. King a debt of gratitude for his selfless contributions to the advancement of social justice, democracy, and the general humanity of the marginalized and disenfranchised, both in the industrialized world and the developing world. He remains a global agent of change, an icon to this day. So on behalf of the government and people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, I thank Dr. King for his sacrificial work of conscience and for paying the ultimate price as he courageously stood in the vanguard of change, not for personal gain, but for the benefit and advancement of generations yet unborn. He was a friend of the Bahamas. And I would like to present this artist rendition and I'd like to call another friend of the Bahamas, Congresswoman Maxine Walters. and my wife, Anne-Marie, Sir Franklin, and Sherry, will you join me as we present this to the memorial? Yes. That rendition is Dr. Martin Luther King with one of our local fathers of the labor movement in the Bahamas, Sir Randall Fox, during one of his many visits to the Bahamas. On that occasion, he delivered a very stirring and inspirational message to the membership of the Federation of Labor. That was in 1958. May the presentation of this work of art, serve as a reminder and a significant consequential symbol of Dr. King's connection to the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in their struggle for social justice and the deepening of our democracy. It was painted by our world-renowned Bahamian artist, Mr. Jamal Rowe, one of our national treasures. We also have a montage of several other pictures of Dr. Martin Luther King whilst he was in the Bahamas, and the final act in his commemoration was a bust that was laid in the waters of Bimini, where he fished on many occasions, the flats where he went to do his fly fishing. And that we would leave with Mr. Johnson to give to those whom he think are fitting. Thank you all very much, and I do enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you. At this time, we have a video that we would like to show you about some of the work that we have been doing at the Memorial Foundation.
Last month, thousands of folks came to Washington, D.C. from all over the country to watch the unveiling of the Martin Luther King Memorial. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans, and Hurricane Irene forced organizers to postpone the dedication.
Nearly 50 years ago, this descendant of slaves stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and professed that he had a dream that all people, regardless of race, would be equal. Now his dream and memory are being honored in our nation's capital. With me now is Harry Johnson, President and CEO of the Washington, D.C. Martin Luther King Jr. National Memorial Foundation.
Without question, Irene came, but Irene did not kill the dream. How often do you have an earthquake on one part of the week and a hurricane in the other? Something was not meant to happen, but we're glad we're here today to see the thousands who will come out and see the President of the United States formally dedicate this memorial.
What this means to a fraternity like Alpha and the history and the fact that the Alpha was the first black fraternity.
Joe, without question, I mean, to say that the first African-American fraternity founded in 1906 conceived the idea to build a memorial to Dr. King is just unbelievable. I don't think we believe we can do it. We would go to conventions, and Roland knows this, every year, we're going to build a memorial to Dr. King. Yeah, right. Here's $20, leave me alone. But then when it got pushed through Congress and we got the land, the determination set out and said we could do this. I believe in the minds of those 5 guys who thought we should do it. Let's raise $1 million and do this. $120 million project.
An earthquake and a hurricane may have delayed this day, but this is a day that would not be denied. For this day, we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s return to the National Mall.
And this week, 48 years since he delivered his famous speech on Washington's National Mall, the new monument honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. opened to the public.
We now celebrate the 10th anniversary of a memorial which stands to remind us all that democracy, justice, hope, and love require our continued effort to achieve. This living memorial has inspired a new wave of initiatives, including our inaugural Social Justice Fellows program, which united 50 like-minded emerging leaders standing on the forefront of community activism around the country. In early 2022, our Global Youth Leadership Conference will kick off in new cities like St. Louis, New Orleans, and Little Rock. And under the bright stars of DC Summer Nights, our Films at the Stone movie series brings hundreds out to watch feature films. As we look toward the future, we remain inspired by Dr. King's message that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. So we never stop moving the dream forward.
Thank you so very much. Now it's time for everyone to help us. Tonight, you had a great meal, didn't you? Was the meal good? Please clap. How was the wine? Was the wine good? Being that the wine was good, the food was good, let us put up something so we can show you how to give and help us do our programs. Send up the text messaging. We would like for you all to help us tonight raise $250,000.
Yes. Brother John, I think they can do that.
I think so, too.
I think so too, because there's a table. Well, there's table. Let's look at table. Oh, table 22.
Turn up the house lights.
Is that table
a little
22?
Bit. Turn up the house lights.
Hold on. Table 22. I was told table 22 was a big money table. I was told this group of alphas, hey, Brother Johnson, 22 is going to text right now. Let's see what 22 can do.
Go to your text. And let's text.
Go to your text. Well, I want to see 21. You can't let 22 beat you. We got all the alphas over here, don't we? This is the VIP section. But let's take out the phones. If your phone's not out, you're not really participating right now. I don't see your phone out over here. Oh, you all took your table number down. Brother Johnson, they took their number down over here. 24. Come on, y'all. What's going on over here?
Tonight, we also have some of our social justice fellows. If we have a social justice fellow in the room, would you please come forward? While he's asking for text messages, social justice fellows, please come forward so they can see who our social justice fellows are. Start texting. We would like to raise some money tonight. If everybody here gave $250, we would meet that match. Trust me.
Come on, table 16 is about to step up. They just told me. Table 16 is really stepping up.
But I can tell you tonight, healers, come on, social justice fellows, don't be ashamed. Please come on up. I want to say tonight, where's Northrop Grumman? And Northrop Grumman told me tonight they gave me an extra $50,000 so that we could bring the social justice fellows and give them a stipend. Thank you, Northrop Grumman. Where the rest of your folks at? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Memorial Foundation does, and does it well. Please welcome these young men and women from across the country who met every week to talk about social justice and how to make a change in our country.
This is what you are giving for, y'all. Come on now. This is it. This is the future.
Thank you all so very much. Let's get a quick picture of them. I'll call out and give out a few more awards, and then we can go home. Give it up one more time for the inaugural class of the Social Justice Fellows. Thank you all so much for all that you have done and all that you will do. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And now, at this time, so we heard from the $500,000 sponsors, but let us honor the sponsors who gave us $250,000. Would they please come on stage? Amazon, AWS, please give it up for them. General Motors, please give it up for them. General Motors, please come up. All these sponsors, please come up. There's somebody from the sponsors, come up. Amazon, General Motors, Morgan Stanley, $250,000.
Table 16.
Northrop Grumman, please come up. PVH Foundation, please come up. And the National Association of Realtors, would you please come up? And early on tonight, a press release will be going out tomorrow from Cross River Bank, a little small bank in New Jersey. They gave us $250,000. One branch, $250,000. Cross River Bank, would you please come up?
Everybody, we're at $65,000 real time on the text. Come on, keep it going. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing.
Now, folks, This is $2.5 million up here. Let's give it up for them. Just take a quick picture. What are we doing? Okay. We're looking where? And for $250, you can say something if you like. No, you get up and say thank you, who you are. Please, thank you all so much. Say something, please. You're more than welcome. I'm offering because I'm going to call you next week, ask for some more money.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. Yeah, Tommy, don't go anywhere. Tommy. What a wonderful evening. Have you had a great time tonight? The night could not have happened without our three co-chairs. So I'm going to ask Tommy Hilfiger. Shelley, would you please come up here? You have been just marvelous. Please give it up. We have something very special for Shelley, Tommy, and Lionel. Tommy, where are you at? Okay, he's trying to come up. Shelley. Where you want us to get in here? Tommy. Shelley, I'm sorry. No, ladies first. Ladies first. Shelley, thank you so much. Please give it up for Shelley for all that she has done. Thank you so much. Would you like to say something? I can't hold that thing. Tommy, this is amazing.
Thank you very much, everyone. This is quite a surprise and an honor. I appreciate it.
Take a picture of you. Okay, let's. A little bit. This thing is heavy.
I know. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Either one at a time, you want to say something else to him?
No, I would just like to thank you very much. It is a work of art. Thank you.
My friends, what a great evening we have had. I think tomorrow I have to remind you that shuttle buses begin leaving here 8:30. So if you're going to the memorial, shuttle buses leave at 8:30 from the rear of the hotel. If you're driving, they're going to shut down Independence Avenue at 10:45. Tomorrow, our special guest, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, the Vice President, Kamala Harris, and President of the United States, Joe Biden. I hope you have enjoyed the evening. Thank you. Have a good night. Be safe. And we will see you tomorrow at the Martin Luther King Memorial. God bless you. Hill Harper, my brother, thank you so much. Please close us out.
God bless everyone. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow.
As you all are leaving, I'm going to ask the board members of the foundation, please come to the stage. Former board members of the Martin Luther King Memorial, would you please come to the stage? Board members and former board members, please come up to the stage. Staff. And staff as well. They keep cutting the mic off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I want you the right way. I want you, and I want you to want me too. Want you to want me, baby, just like I want you. Ooh, oh, I give you all the love I want in return, my darling. But happy love is all I see.